Alex stood in his perfectly curated living room, the scent of fresh coffee mingling with the faint regret of yesterday's impulse buy. He worked hard, earned a good salary, yet his bank balance felt like a perpetually flat line. Every month, he promised himself, "This is the month I'll really start saving." But then a new tech gadget called, a weekend trip with friends beckoned, or an irresistible online sale flashed across his screen. He wasn't reckless, not really. He paid his bills, enjoyed nice dinners, kept up with the trends. He told himself this was his reward for the grind, a celebration of his success. His recent overseas trip had been incredible, the photos still garnering likes, but the credit card statement that just landed felt like a cold shower. That fleeting high, that sense of living his best life, had vanished, replaced by the familiar knot of financial anxiety. He wasn't poor, but he certainly wasn't rich. He was stuck, caught in a subtle, comfortable trap where his income seemed to inflate his spending just as much as his bank account. He was living well, yes, but he wasn't building anything lasting. He desperately wanted to save, to feel secure, to have options. But every attempt felt like a sacrifice, a compromise of the lifestyle he'd worked so hard to build. He simply couldn't see a path to saving without giving up the very things that made his life enjoyable. He'd tried budgeting apps, he'd cut back on coffee for a week, even skipped a few happy hours. Each effort felt like pulling teeth, unsustainable, leaving him feeling deprived rather than empowered. He'd then swing back, justifying a splurge as a reward for his effort, only to find himself right back where he started, perhaps even further behind. His most recent false victory was that brand new top-of-the-line espresso machine sitting gleaming on his counter. For a few days, he felt like a connoisseur, a master of his domain. But the lingering thought of the four-figure dent it made in his savings goal, a goal that felt increasingly mythical, was a bitter aftertaste to every perfect cup. He wanted to break free from this cycle, to build a future, but without tearing down the present he enjoyed. Alex's struggle, and perhaps yours, isn't a personal failing, it's a systemic one. For too long, we've been told that saving money requires monumental willpower, drastic sacrifices, and a grim commitment to deprivation. We're fed narratives of penny pinching and extreme frugality, making saving seem like a punishment rather than a path to freedom. This thinking is fundamentally flawed. It misunderstands human psychology at its core. The real reason most people fail to save consistently isn't a lack of desire or even a lack of income. It's a failure to design their financial world in a way that aligns with their natural inclinations rather than fighting them. We mistakenly believe that saving is primarily about making conscious, difficult choices every single day. Should I buy this? Can I afford that? This puts an incredible strain on our finite willpower, a resource that quickly depletes. Behavioral economists have shown us that we are creatures of habit and convenience. When a decision requires friction, when it feels like a battle against our immediate desires, we almost always default to the path of least resistance, spending. Consider the wisdom found in James Clear's Atomic Habits, which posits that dramatic results don't come from dramatic changes, but from small, consistent improvements. The principle applies profoundly to personal finance. The root cause of financial stagnation isn't an inability to say no. It's an inability to build systems that automatically steer us towards yes for our future selves. It's not about cutting the things you love. It's about optimizing the mechanics of your money so that saving becomes the effortless default rather than the heroic exception. You don't need to drastically change your lifestyle. You need to subtly redesign your financial environment. It's about leveraging psychology to make saving almost invisible, turning it into an automatic byproduct of how you operate, not a constant, grueling battle against your present desires. This shift in perspective transforms the entire endeavor, moving from a struggle of will to a victory of design. This isn't just theory, it's proven wisdom. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, famously said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." This simple statement flips the traditional saving paradigm on its head, advocating for a system where saving is prioritized, made automatic, before spending decisions even begin. It speaks to the power of pre-commitment and automation. Benjamin Franklin, long before modern behavioral economics understood the enduring power of small, consistent actions. His adage, "A penny saved is a penny earned," isn't just about the value of a single coin, but the compounding effect of consistent discipline, the systematic habit of valuing and preserving resources. More recently, financial authors like Ramit Sethi, in his work on I Will Teach You to Be Rich, emphasize the concept of conscious spending, automating your finances so you can spend guilt-free on the things you truly care about, because your savings are already handled. His core philosophy revolves around creating a rich life that isn't about deprivation, but about designing systems that align your money with your values. These voices, across centuries and financial philosophies, converge on a powerful truth. True financial freedom isn't found through heroic, unsustainable acts of deprivation, but through the quiet, consistent power of smart systems. It's about making the right financial decisions, the easy ones, so your lifestyle remains intact while your wealth quietly grows behind the scenes. So, how do we build these systems? How do we become financially robust without tearing down the lifestyle we've worked so hard to create? It starts with 7 proven strategies, each designed to work with your natural inclinations, making saving an inevitable outcome, not a constant struggle. 1. Automate your financial future. This is the cornerstone. The easiest money to save is the money you never see. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a dedicated savings or investment account the very day you get paid. Start small, even if it's just $50 a week or $100 every payday. The key is consistency. Your bank doesn't care about your willpower, it just executes instructions. You won't miss the money you never felt you had, and over time, these small, consistent transfers compound into significant sums. Think of it as paying your future self first. It's not about cutting out lattes. It's about making sure a portion of your income goes directly into your wealth-building engine before your spending habits can even touch it. This single act bypasses daily decision-making, removes temptation, and builds momentum without requiring you to constantly think about it. It's an invisible yet powerful lever for your financial health. Make it a non-negotiable part of your financial life, like paying your rent or mortgage. 2. Audit and optimize recurring expenses. Take an hour this month to review all your subscriptions, bills, and monthly charges. You'll likely uncover services you no longer use or memberships you forgot about. Cancel them. For essential services like internet, phone, and insurance, call your providers. Ask for a better rate. Many companies offer retention discounts or better plans to existing customers who simply ask. Comparison shop online for car insurance or home insurance every year or two. Loyalty rarely pays there. This isn't about cutting off entertainment. It's about paying less for the same or even better services. You're not changing your streaming habits or your internet speed. You're just reducing the outflow of cash for the exact same value. It's a one-time effort that yields continuous savings, freeing up funds you can then redirect into your automated savings fund, amplifying its effect without feeling any pinch in your daily life. 3. Harness the power of cash back. Many credit cards, debit cards, and shopping apps offer cashback rewards or points. If you're already spending money on groceries, gas, or utilities, why not earn a percentage back on those essential purchases? The crucial caveat: only use these reward systems if you pay off your balances in full every month. Interest charges will quickly negate any cashback benefits. This strategy isn't about spending more to earn more. It's about maximizing the value of the spending you already do and need to do. Choose a card that aligns with your most frequent spending categories, perhaps groceries, dining, or travel. Over a year, these small percentages add up to hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars. This is money that comes back into your pocket without requiring you to alter your routine or deny yourself anything you were already going to buy. It's a strategic optimization, not a sacrifice. Number 4. The Future You Fund. Life inevitably presents us with windfalls, a tax refund, an unexpected bonus at work, a birthday gift, or even finding $20 in an old jacket pocket. Instead of seeing these as free money to be spent immediately, designate them as future you money. When these funds arrive, don't let them touch your regular spending account for long. Immediately transfer a significant portion or all of it into your automated savings or investment account. The psychological trick here is that you never expected this money, so you won't miss it. It's additional savings that feels entirely painless, boosting your progress towards your goals without impacting your regular income or existing lifestyle. This simple mental shift turns sporadic good fortune into consistent financial progress, building your reserves quietly and powerfully, allowing your future self to thank your present self for the foresight. Number 5, the invisible discount. Smart grocery habits. This isn't about eating less or buying cheaper food you don't enjoy. It's about efficiency and reducing waste, which are often major money drains. Before you shop, make a meal plan for the week based on what you already have and what's on sale. Stick to a shopping list to avoid impulse purchases in the aisles. Buy non-perishable staples in bulk when they're discounted. Most importantly, focus on using everything you buy, minimizing food waste at home. This strategy means you're still enjoying delicious meals, perhaps even cooking more creatively, but you're getting more value for your food budget. You're saving money not by denying yourself food, but by making smarter decisions about how you acquire and consume it. This reduces the number of expensive last-minute takeout orders and minimizes the money thrown away with spoiled produce, leading to substantial savings without a lifestyle downgrade. 6. The financial firewall. Build a buffer for surprises. Unexpected expenses are a fact of life. A car repair, a leaky faucet, a sudden medical bill. These events often derail saving efforts because people are forced to dip into their regular spending, or worse, go into debt. Building a dedicated emergency fund acts as a financial firewall. It protects your core savings and lifestyle from these inevitable shocks. Start by aiming for a small, achievable amount, like $500 or $1,000, and then gradually build it up to 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This fund isn't for vacations or new gadgets. It's for peace of mind. By having this buffer, when life throws a curveball, you can handle it without disrupting your carefully constructed saving systems or feeling the need to cut back elsewhere. It ensures your lifestyle remains stable because the unexpected no longer creates a crisis. 7. Unlock tax-advantaged growth. This strategy is about optimizing the long-term growth of your money without requiring you to earn more or spend less today. Maximize contributions to tax-advantaged accounts like a 401k, IRA, or health savings account, HSA. Contributions to these accounts often reduce your taxable income now, meaning you save on taxes. The money then grows tax-deferred or tax-free, depending on the account type, supercharging your wealth accumulation over time. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. It's free money, a 100% return on your investment right off the bat. These accounts are powerful tools for growing your net worth, working silently in the background, leveraging the power of government incentives to accelerate your financial journey without touching your current spending habits or changing what you do day to day. It's a systemic advantage, not a lifestyle cut. Alex looked at his financial dashboard, a quiet satisfaction settling over him. It wasn't about overnight riches, but about consistent, almost imperceptible progress. The automated transfers were now just a part of his financial rhythm, money moving silently from his paycheck into his investment account, building steadily. He hadn't given up his weekend trips or his nice dinners. He still enjoyed his carefully brewed coffee, only now he smiled, knowing his optimized subscriptions and savvy cashback earnings meant he was paying less for the same quality of life. The phantom guilt that used to accompany every purchase had vanished, replaced by a confident certainty. He knew his future was being built, brick by invisible brick, without him ever feeling deprived. That recent bonus, it hadn't disappeared into thin air. A significant chunk now sat in his Future You fund, growing alongside his regular savings, ready for a down payment or a truly life-changing experience rather than a fleeting impulse. His pantry was stocked smarter, his food waste minimal, and his emergency fund sat like a solid rock behind him, a true firewall against life's unpredictable moments. He hadn't changed his lifestyle. He'd simply changed the operating system of his financial life. He realized the true freedom wasn't in endless spending, but in effortless saving. It wasn't about the constant battle against desire, but about designing a world where his desires and his financial well-being worked in harmony. The philosophical shift was profound. Saving wasn't a punishment, but the ultimate act of self-care, a quiet rebellion against financial anxiety, allowing him to truly enjoy the present, knowing his future was being built, automatically, powerfully, without compromise.